It's your boy, Marky, yo. Thank you, God, for a blessed day today, man. Thank you, Lord. And we back at it again with another reaction, man. Ooh-wee, man. It's good to just be back, man. Before we start this video, man, make sure I give thanks to the man above, man. Without him, we wouldn't be where we at in life. You know what I'm saying? We so blessed. Like, we so blessed and so highly favored. Just continue to keep praying, keep worshiping God. Everything gonna be all right. But today we got a special treat for y'all boys, man. We got why the 96 Bulls will beat the Warriors. The 70, what was their record? 73-9, something like that. I forgot. I don't know. I forgot. I ain't gonna lie, but let's see what they talking about in this, man. So let's get straight into it, and hopefully I become one of y'all favorite reactors, man. God bless y'all. Hope y'all enjoy. Wow, you know what I'm saying? MJ, Scotty, Ron Harper, all them Steve Kerr, yeah.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the show. I'm Sean David, and as always, thanks for tuning in. I'm a hardcore NBA old school fan, especially when it comes to the 80s and the 1990s. That's why to me there's nothing more interesting than listening to the guys from back in the days and listening to them talking about how they feel, how they would match up in today's game. Especially when it comes to the guys of the Chicago Bulls in the mid-1990s and how they feel, how they would match up against, the Golden State Warriors of today, for example. I mean, there's so many videos of Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen, for example, talking how they feel, how they would play against the Golden State Warriors.
Y'all let me know how y'all think this matchup will be.
So today's video, I want to talk about how I feel the mid-1990s Bulls would do against today's Golden State Warriors. But before we start with this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also click on the notifications bell so you always get notified once I upload a new video. And I would say, let's get right into the stuff.
Who would win that game? I mean, who'd you want? First of all, who'd you want to guard? You got Durant locked down, or? Well, you know what? She said no.
Walking into the arena the other day, runs into Paul Pabst from Dan Patrick's show. Yeah. Paul asked him, if your team from 96 played these Warriors, what would happen? And Scotty said, we would sweep them. The 96 Bulls would sweep the Warriors. Charles,
y'all think it would be a sweep?
I disagree with Scotty. I think the Warriors would win one game.
As a fan, you wish you had the power to put two teams of different eras against each other.
Wow, this is a tough conversation.
Hakeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, the Bad Boy Pistons, and so on and so on. The Golden State Warriors are dominating today's NBA. Many people even say that they're the best team of all time. And on the other side, the old school fans like me, we don't want to hear that nonsense. So let's compare today's Golden State Warriors with the 96 Chicago Bulls. And to be clear, we're talking about today's rules. But before we get into detail, let's recapture their seasons.
The first 72 and 10 year was special, but by the end of it, the media attention was great. And then for the next 2 years, it just stayed the same.
I feel like it was very dominant back then. And Mike, Scotty.
That group was completely different than our group. It was more of a rock and roll show. We called it the Beatles with Michael, Scotty, and Dennis. There was always, no matter what time of night you arrived in a city, there'd still be 100, 200, 300 people standing in front of the hotel.
People are bringing their kids out just for a chance to see Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman.
I never dreamt of basketball being that important in people's lives. It was just a road show for us, and the road show became really good because we were kicking teams' butt along the way.
They had to compete every night because every other team was giving them their absolute best. Some of the criticism was that anybody could win with Michael, and anybody could win with Michael, Scotty, and Dennis. That's not necessarily true. The genius of Phil was his ability to get these guys, even though there were so many stars, to play together collectively with a common goal in mind at the end of the year. That was where Phil was so great.
Phil did a real good job in the latter parts of our careers of really holding us back and keeping us hungry for the game.
Clock at 5. Pippen for 3. Yes.
They were smart.
It's just the aura, bro.
Smart players.
You know, it's just the aura. I feel like
It was tough to match up against them. Our stuff worked really well against them.
yeah, no social media back then. I mean, y'all didn't have no social media, so it was so nice to go watch them play. You had never seen them ever. Now you see all the players every day. Social media, brand deals, and things of that nature. Hey, that mother packed. God, dude. That game was packed.
And from the first tip, the Warriors
was nice, though. I ain't gonna lie.
tempo, explosive basketball on display for all to watch. Curry for three, got it!
But they didn't win the championship when they broke that record.
With Steve Kerr recovering from off-season back surgery, the team rose to the challenge.
Hey, they was like that, bro.
Record 24 straight wins
They
to
was like
begin the
that.
season.
28 straight, second longest winning streak in NBA history, and 24-0 to begin the season.
The all-star core of Curry, Thompson, and Green led the Warriors to a blistering mark of 48-4 at the All-Star break.
Wow.
The mythical number of 72 wins was within reach.
They do have a timeout.
I remember that. Man, I was an OKC fan like crazy.
With 6/10 of a second remaining.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We're going to start with the point guard position, so Ron Harper
Okay.
versus Steph Curry.
Hey, Ron Harper
Looks like
defense.
a sure thing for Curry. It's way tougher than you think. Before Harper joined the Chicago Bulls, he averaged 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists a game.
Perimeter
for his entire
defense.
career. Once he played for the Bulls, he took a completely different role. Of course, Steph Curry is an incredible player and also a way better scorer. But Harper was one of the best guard defenders of the 90s. Even until today, he ranks 23rd in all-time
Wow.
steals. So in a game between the Warriors and the Bulls, Harper wouldn't have to score, but concentrate on defense and guarding Steph. Next on the shooting guard position, we have Michael Jordan versus Klay.
Go torch him.
Amazing scorers as amazing
Oh,
defenders.
bro, this X that out.
Today's game,
Go to
Michael
torch
Jordan
him.
averaged 40 points a game.
Klay is
I'm dead serious.
not like-
Sounds crazy,
not like that,
but
bro.
Michael scored over 30 points when opponents were not only hand-checking, but also beating MJ physically. Many NBA legends believe that Michael would even score more than 40 points a game. On the other side, Klay will get his buckets. But against MJ, the Defensive Player of the Year, not an easy job. In 96,
I ain't gonna lie.
MJ averaged
MJ is
30
torching
points,
that boy.
6.6 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 2.2 steals. Sorry, Klay, but not a chance. Next, we'll have the small forward position, so Scottie versus Kevin Durant. As a scorer, Pippen doesn't stand a chance against KD.
What y'all think about that
KD
matchup?
easily averaged 30 points a game if he wanted to. Pippen, on the other hand, was always a around 20 points guy. When it comes to rebounding, they're about the same. Pippen had less rebounds since Rodman joined the team, obviously. On defense, it's not even close. KD improved, but Pippen was the way better defender.
Of course.
But in general, that won't go to the Warriors, but close. Next, we'll have the power forward position.
Rodney
So
killing
Dennis
him.
Rodman versus
Rodney
Draymond.
killing him, man.
I like Draymond Green a lot.
Doing him
Physical player,
dirty.
tough and the soul of his team. But this would be the first time Draymond would play against somebody like Dennis Rodman.
He
Draymond
ain't
is
gonna want that
definitely the better
smoke.
scorer, but Rodman would dominate this one.
Dominate.
Rodman almost averaged twice as many rebounds as Draymond did.
Crazy.
And Rodman is the master not only of physical play, but also the psychological part of the game. And that's since the bad boy Piston days. So sorry, Draymond, Rodman got that one. So let's have a look at the big position. Both Longley and Zaza weren't the vocal points of their team.
I don't know too much about
So the big
Longley.
subtle role players to round up the starting lineup. But even though Longley had better stats in every category, but the field goal percentage, I would still call it a draw. Now that it comes to the bench players, I gotta be honest, both teams are really good. Tony Kukoc was a 6'10" player who shot threes even in the 90s, with great ball handling skills, great passing skills, who averaged 15 points and 7-7 from the bench. Who also got awarded the 6th Man of the Year award, by the way. Then you had Steve Kerr, who was the best three-point shooter in NBA history percentage-wise. You had guys like Bill Wennington, Judd Bushler, Randy Brown, a lot of really good role players who knew exactly what they had to give for the team. But also the Warriors had a very deep bench. You had guys like Shaquille McGee, Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala, David West. So that team was loaded too. As you can see, both teams are almost exactly at the same level. But here's why I would pick the Bulls over the Warriors. Number one, the competitiveness. Nobody on this planet was as competitive as Michael Jordan.
I actually spoke to some of his former teammates and they told me the practice was even more competitive than most of their games. Number
Wow.
2, the coaching. Steve Kerr is a phenomenal coach and I'm really happy that he's doing well. But Phil Jackson maybe is the best coach ever. So as I mentioned earlier, I would pick the Chicago Bulls. But even as a 90s fan, I gotta admit the Warriors are great and you gotta give credit where credit is due.
These Warriors would beat those Bulls.
We're talking about in Chicago. But you can't take that team because they're constructed under the rules that are here. So they're saying, okay, under these rules, can you bring those teams here?
But you know what you probably have 3 of the probably the all-time best defensive player on one team.
That's fact.
So we
That's
didn't
a fact.
about it because we all the same size. You know, I think Scotty people who like to rant down. Michael will like whoever's down. I would like whoever's down. It doesn't matter.
Hey you guys, if you're active on Facebook, I can really recommend.
Wow. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that. Y'all think the 96 Bulls would beat the Warriors? Me, I personally think the 96 Bulls would beat the Warriors. Now, just breaking it down, I feel like the Bulls, you have Michael Jordan. At the end of the day, you have Michael Jordan, the most competitive person that ever touched the basketball. Right behind him is Kobe Bean Bryant. But Michael Jordan, what he brought to the game and he brought to playoffs was different level than what Kevin Durant, what Steph Curry brought. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Steph Curry and KD will still have great, you know what I'm saying, great playoff runs against the Bulls. Like, they would have some numbers and stuff, but you got 3 defenders. You got 4. You got Ron Harper, perimeter defense, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and these players, they just don't shut down. They hustle and all that. They do everything. They do all the dirty work. Dennis Rodman, he gonna get in your head as well. Hey y'all, I apologize. My camera was a little hot and stuff like that, but I'm back on the 96 Bulls versus the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the Warriors, they had a lot of confidence. You know what I'm saying? They had KD was a phenomenal scorer. Steph Curry, one of the greatest shooter of all time. You know what I'm saying? You had Draymond. He was a good impact for the team. Klay Thompson was a great shooter. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't have. At the end of the day, defense wins championships. And I feel like they was such a good scoring team. They would have played the 96 team, and it would have been a little scary because that team played defense. They was hustle. They go get the rebound, lose balls. And then they got Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan averaging like 35, 40 points. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to guard him? You know what I'm saying? Of course they going to say who's going to guard KD. And Scottie Pippen can put that pressure on KD. He a little shorter than KD, but his arm is long. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he would be one of the greatest defenders to guard KD. The greatest to ever. If they would have matched up one day, Prime Scottie and Prime KD, I promise you, KD going to get his shots off. KD going to get buckets. But at the end of the day, I feel like Scottie Pippen be the one that really can guard him, because that would have been a great matchup. I'm not saying me personally, I don't think KD scoring 40 on him every night or 30 on him every night, because Scottie gonna put that pressure on him, and he got long arms. And KD is like, when he get in flow state, he go crazy. But when he's like, you know what I'm saying, if he get that pressure, I don't feel like he got to really pass it up and let somebody else, because he got to come off screens and pull up. If it's just him coming down, Scottie probably going to take his rock. You know what I'm saying? But Klay Thompson is going to have one of the worst nightmares of his life. You see what Kyrie did to him? Mike would have did him bad. I'm telling y'all boys, Mike would have did him bad. You know what I'm saying? Mike had everything. You know what I'm saying? And he was gonna take that challenge. You know what I'm saying? Because I know Klay was kind of cocky at the time. He felt like, you know, he was that guy. He was good in his time, but Mike would have did him bad. I think Mike probably averaged like 40 something on him. Just get out the way, triangle. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna do him bad. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know who y'all think will win. I think the 96 Bulls would definitely win. I don't think it would be a sweep. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be realistic. I don't think it'd be a sweep because that team could beat some of the teams Mike played. But Mike and them, I ain't gonna lie, Mike and them will sweep a lot of teams in today's game. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that team, the Warriors, I think they would probably got like a one game in too. But I feel like the Bulls would have been just too good for them. I feel like that pressure and all that would have been way different. They would never see something like that. And they just grown men. It's like their mental toughness is just so different from today's. You know what I'm saying? And if they played in today's rules, oh my gosh, they'd be following Mike so much, bro. Mike be at the line about 50 times. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about that, man. You know, that debate is kind of crazy because how you break the record and don't win a championship with it. You feel me? How you break the record and don't win a championship with it? It's insane, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Hopefully I'll become one of y'all favorite reactors, man. Make sure y'all continue to keep just thanking God every day. I love that, man. God is good, man. He's awesome, man. You know, but hopefully I'm gonna see y'all in the next one, and hopefully y'all have a blessed day today and an amazing one. Your boy Markio. So.